little deeper.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said you gotta. No, you gotta dig a little deeper.
I like a good neighbor. State Farm is there.
State Farm's there.
Welcome back to the Pick Your Brain podcast, where we just talk.
Oh, you want to know something? Is this? Are we? Is this the beginning?
We're recording, I guess. Okay.
I watched a bunch of old content of ours, the
Yeah?
privatized videos.
Oh no!
I love your beginning of the channel video. That's perfect. Love that one.
I don't remember that one.
Can I recreate
guys.
it? No, I need to recreate it.
Welcome to. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
the one in my room?
Yes,
Yeah.
long hair,
God.
glasses, jacket. Oh my god.
Hey guys,
No. It's more like
welcome to the channel.
Did I lick my lip?
no. He doesn't lick his lip. He goes. Welcome to the channel.
No, he licks his lip. He goes, welcome to the channel.
This is where just my friends and I.
Because I was
yeah.
dig a little deeper.
Gotta say.
No, but there is a video with the leprechaun. I don't want to say the type of videos it was because I don't want someone to steal our content idea.
Yeah,
'Cause,
we
like,
see
everyone
you. We
does.
see
you
see
fools.
all of you.
But
there was an idea.
there's
That
an
was-
idea where Thomas and I were watching the Leprechaun movie,
Yeah. Watch party.
and I want to use
Yeah,
the watch party. Yeah.
Jessica.
And we're gonna use those microphones, and I have this brilliant idea since haunt season will be canceled. All right,
Brilliant!
Don't say
That's
anything,
it.
'cause then,
That's
you
it.
know,
Just say that's brilliant.
but I also watched our blooper videos.
Oh, I love
those are
those.
solid.
Those are pretty solid, but there's some cringy ones. But you know.
Oh, absolutely. That's
I
what
mean,
we were.
90% cringe.
Yeah.
10%
My
of
boy's
this is
about to go to
content.
school.
I watched that one.
Come on, you did it. That
He's
was
coming
you.
upstaight.
When I'm going upstairs, what do you say to me?
I don't remember.
My boy going to school. Fuck it up, Kevin. Fuck it up.
He's coming up. Yeah, those are good old days.
And I
Take me
go,
back.
woo!
Yeah.
All right, y'all ready?
I need to watch all this content.
Oh, it's
man.
all privatized, so go ahead.
Perfect.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's just, I'm keeping that in. Hello and welcome to the Pick Your Brain podcast, episode 13. It's
That's
gonna
a
be
scary number, right?
That is a
Boopy number.
That is a very spooky number. So, for the demented minds of TLEV, I'm Thomas.
Mr. E.
I'm Robo Mystery.
What does that mean to be Robo Mystery?
It's what it sounds like it is.
It's like
Robo Mr. E.
I forget. So I was having this conversation about
Uh-huh.
AI yesterday.
Malfunctioning.
Yeah, see? So
Yeah.
basically,
We're
look,
doomed.
What happened?
we could be AI units right now, and you wouldn't know, would you?
No,
Oh.
we're actually cake right now.
Sounds like
idiot.
there you go. Keeping it
Oh, what is
topical.
that trend? I don't.
Keeping it.
There's these people who make like realistic like cakes, but like of things like this microphone. They would cut it and it's a cake. It looks just like that.
I've been
microphone.
seeing that all over
Yeah.
Twitter. People just stabbing stuff with knives, making sure it's not cake.
There's a video. Yeah. Thank you. There's a video. Oh, by the way, Joe's here.
Joe's
We
here.
got.
We have an announcement.
Yeah. We have a fun little game that's
There
gonna
was an
happen
idea.
with Mr. E. This is like this episode's gonna be crazy. We have an interview with
play
AJ
game.
Danna,
Heck
who
yeah.
we love
Man,
as
the legend.
Reggie.
Oh yeah, in a
so-
few minutes, huh?
Yeah, you're gonna check it out. Yeah, I'm really excited for that interview. And also, we're gonna find out the sex of Josue and Joe's baby.
Don't use that word. YouTube will strike us down.
Well, I mean,
Strike.
yeah, right, Nick.
We're making some cool money on this channel.
We are exactly.
Sorta.
Allegedly. I've never been on live TV.
I never real life TV before.
This whole beginning is just me giggling. Okay, so
giggly mood.
we're in a giggly mood because I'm excited for you to know. I know what the baby is happening, but
You know what the baby is happening?
I know that the baby's happening.
We all know the baby's
Oh,
happening.
okay. All right. Well,
It's real.
we
This ain't a speculation.
I know-
This is a preparation.
I know the baby's name. How about that? I know the baby's name. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know the baby's name.
It's Joaquin now.
You're,
He comes dancing out.
yeah. There you go. Also, but like first thing first, Mystery. That's a pretty cool shirt you got there.
Oh.
What does that say?
What's that say?
I'm a big fan now, guys. From the creative moment. Creative director John Murray.
So you're not Mr. E today. You're John Murray.
I'm John
So
Murray.
I
Yeah,
can be
yes.
Mr.
So
E.
you can be Mr. E today.
I'm Mr.
Yeah,
E.
and I'm wearing,
No,
as
wait,
you can
what am I
see.
doing?
Yeah,
Now
there
I'm
you're.
John
Now
Murray.
you're. Yeah, and I'm wearing the Curse of Pandora's Box. Amazing in a comic graphic novel.
It's standing right
And look
next to me.
right there.
Toxic 666 tunnel.
Extreme horror.
It's the
Or
double-
terror, I
it's
should
the
say.
Triple X.
Yes, because it
Heck
was all
yeah.
last year. This was gifted to us from our friend HHN Updates.
Heck
It's
yeah.
is just
Thank you.
thank
They're
you so
amazing.
much.
Yeah,
These are
absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah, check out the merch.
Link in the top description down below. Go check them out. These are such nice, comfy quality. We had to
Low-key
rep.
or high key, they are.
They there we
I
go.
would have worn it, but I was already wearing the midsummer shirt.
Yes,
Mhm,
yes.
yes.
Save Halloween. Oop.
There you go. You'll wear it the next episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Hashtag Quarantinoween. Right? Is that what it was?
Quarantine a ween.
Well, that's what it's gonna be.
Quarantinoween.
It's gonna be.
That's what it's gonna be.
It's gonna be stay at home a ween.
Stay at home a week.
Speaking of stay at home, Hong Kong will be staying at home very soon.
Oh, so you want to go straight into it? You know
dude,
what?
let's just
do it. Okay,
Let's get to
so
it.
let's talk about let's talk about how Disney is in a hot water.
Good.
hot water, Disney.
Good.
Go
I'm
ahead.
glad they're in hot water.
Okay.
I
they
need to
deserve
learn.
it.
I know it seems like
Actually, the whole state of Florida needs to learn.
Oh!
we're not much better over here. Okay.
Are the
Is
parks
our
open
Disneyland
yet?
open? Is our Universal
And
open?
they just closed all bars and gyms and
Yes.
and
Indoor malls and
Right, yeah.
everything.
We may have been 2 feet ahead, and now we're moving 2 feet back. But
Right.
they're a whole
actually, you
mile
mean
ahead
6
of us.
feet back.
No, we're going to talk about Hong Kong Disneyland is closing because you know how many Hong Kong has just received of cases, new cases?
30.
41. Ooh.
Hey,
That's a lot. No
Yeah.
other
hey,
place has more
treat it.
than that.
No, but treat it like it's gonna. Maybe
That's
that's
gonna go up
only
more. Yeah, probably.
40 that tested.
But what I mean is, yesterday, as of this recording, Florida hit 15,000, and
big
the park,
1.5, huh?
yeah,
What are y'all doing? 615. What are y'all doing?
and the parks are
doing
still
it
open.
wrong.
So
Oh, yeah, whatever.
yeah, we got a Han event happening in a month and a half, right? And no,
As
no,
Rick
we
West
don't.
says, yes, a month and a half.
A month and a
Hunt
half.
season's supposed to start.
And yeah, the parks are still not open here. And it looks like the parks are closing again. So
Yeah, it starts with Hong Kong.
yeah,
And probably Shanghai.
I mean that's where it started.
that's true, right? It was Hong Kong.
It was
that
Hong
opened
Kong.
up.
That was it was Hong. No, Shanghai that
Shanghai,
closed first.
Shanghai Disney. No,
Shanghai
they-
closed
they're
first,
not
or was it
closed.
Hong Kong that closed first?
Shanghai's not closed.
Which one closed
Hong
first?
Kong closed today.
Yes.
No, but
which
he's
one
talking about
closed
when it
first?
started.
Back in March.
Oh. I don't know.
Yeah, right, Ning.
Wasn't Disneyland Paris supposed to open up like upcoming weeks?
In tomorrow, yes.
In tomorrow?
Big move, y'all
Are
can't
they
go
still
no
doing
more.
it?
What?
They're still doing it?
Really?
Yeah.
They're still opening?
Well, I mean,
so.
according to the French news that I watched today. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, right,
Oh.
Ning. Tele5 Monde. If you want to learn French, go get Tele5 Monde.
If you want to learn Spanish, Telemundo.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, it's interesting because the theme parks are not opening.
But the shopping centers are.
Shopping
Ayo.
centers are, but I don't know how much of the shopping centers are gonna stay open
True.
because
Yeah.
restaurants. I don't think the dine out is gonna be
They're about to
able
get
to.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
it's interesting
Oh, what's interesting?
because I went down to Shady Walk
Oh wow,
Shitty
brag
walk.
alert over here.
yesterday.
Yeah. yeah.
What did you film a video?
Well, two days ago.
I didn't film a video. I filmed a TikTok.
Oh yeah, he was telling me about it.
TikTok. I put pictures on Instagram.
That did pretty well.
Instagram?
On
On the
Instagram.
glam.
Someone
On the
misquoted
grams.
me on the Instagram.
What
Yeah.
did
Yes,
say?
they did.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed
we
about
miss
it.
What do you
you.
mean?
We.
Yeah. No. It's Universal Studios. We miss you. We love you. We wish we were in you. That's the quote.
That's what she
Okay.
said also.
But they said we want to be in you. That's forceful. I'm not forceful. No.
Yeah, he's very
I
gentle.
wish.
Look
He's very gentle.
Yeah. So I went down to Bubba Gump's,
Oh.
Shrimp.
Wow.
and it's all outside eating.
Wait, why?
Yeah, because he's a type of vegetarian who's like, I'm still gonna eat
No,
fish
I'm
life
not
though.
You're a
vegetarian, I'm
pescatarian.
a pescatarian. Yeah.
Okay.
They just go straight. They're the vegetarian. I'm pescatarian. I love shrimp.
Actually,
too.
I'm getting closer to vegan. So Josue's sister and I are gonna have to like trade
That's kinda
recipes
scary.
and
I'm a
everything.
little scared.
Lay.
Vegans they're scary, man.
I'm close to getting another burger. is what I'm close.
Anyways, that was interesting because it's all outside.
Selena and I went to Monty's Burger. Monty's Good Burger.
What's that?
Vegan burgers. Not bad.
Because
Well,
it's
we've
actually,
never heard of it.
It's
so-
like it's impossible meat
Uh-huh.
and it's
impossible.
yeah, and
It's actual burgers.
it's good for your heart cheese. That's the brand.
good for your heart.
Gluten-free bread.
Gluten free.
Yeah,
What?
So, yeah, so like it gets a little sticky. but
Gluten.
It was really good. Like I was like, dang, okay, this maybe I could do this, but I probably shouldn't because
No, see, the thing is, when you go out somewhere to eat vegan food, it's like you're like, okay, I can do this. But then when you cook it at home, you're like, this tastes nothing like what they did over there.
What the? And you wonder
What-
what did they do over there?
one time
You know,
we tried making.
Use real meat.
that's what I think.
One time we tried making vegan chocolate pancakes.
Uh-huh.
No, you did, not me. You did.
Selena and I,
Okay,
I'm talking
thank you.
about
Yes,
when I was in Riverside,
Uh-huh.
and oh my, that
Good?
just was
No, it was
awful. It was just
It was, yeah, right.
it was right. So
For some reason, the entire drive to City Walk, I was just thinking, yeah, right, Nick. I was just started laughing for no reason. I was just thinking that.
It's a good meme. Quality meme.
I was on for something about that. Anyways, because it's connecting.
so Hong Kong Disney.
No, but it was connecting basically how dining is outside. Is
Yeah.
it even going to be that
Right,
anymore? Are they going to have to close City Walk?
I don't.
did you guys
know.
get comp parking also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody got comps.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
You're not special.
No, I'm just making sure. I don't know.
Guys, they let me park.
Well,
for
that's the
free.
thing. I don't know if they were still willing to charge because I know for City Walk at certain times it would be like $10 back in the before the quarantine.
$10. It was way before quarantine that it was the last time $10. You remember what it was right before
No,
quarantine?
that's if you're going to the
That's
park.
actually-
That is
yeah.
certain times.
So let's talk about City Walk in Hong Kong.
City Walk and Hong Kong, they have nothing to do with that. Anything.
All right, what do
I
you
was
guys
talking
talking
about City Walk because I was
Yeah.
going because when we saw Universal, it was just like and I was like, wait, you can see Waterworld for a little bit.
Ah,
And I went over. I was just hoping that I would hear a little
or a little
like that. When we went to City Walk for the first time, it was
He was there about right 9 o'clock.
I think it was 4:30,
Oh, okay.
and I would think there'd be work around 4:30.
Nah.
You'd think, but actually, most construction sites end at 4
Mm-hmm.
because of
Okay.
after that, people start doing noise complaints.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, like I know public city construction has
Uh-huh.
to stop at 4 because of noise complaints. Although
But-
traffic construction can be happen at any time.
And I hear you that it's private because it's Universal, so maybe, but
yeah, we didn't hear anything, and we went to check on it. Like we know that gate area. And I don't know if you're allowed to go there. Yeah, you're allowed to walk.
No,
over
you're
there.
special, Mystery. They gave you free parking.
It's not what I'm talking about. I
he's
just
creative director
I
John
just
Murdy.
wanna-
Okay, you're Mr.
You're like,
Respect it. Respect it.
Next time we see him, you better wear that shirt. I just
next
want to see
time
what
we
his
see him
reaction.
will be in a
It's so
year.
bad.
So,
Yeah, he might.
all right, in a
He's like, "That's
year
my
time.
name."
Yeah, he's like, you're making money off of my name. Who?
HHN updates. If you can do one for
Chris
Williams.
just for us though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Exclusive marriage. Chris
If you
Williams.
can do one,
we
where it
just
says
want to rep Chris
creative
Williams.
director John Murdy on the front, and then what is? Oh, he's makeup and no,
No, he's
interior design.
no.
And I'm Chris. What does he say? What is he?
He's woohoo. Okay.
He's not a creative director.
They both are creative art. He's creative
No.
art director.
Art director. Thank you.
Art director.
So that on the back, and then Chris Williams, not John Williams. Chris Williams. Chris Williams. Woohoo.
All right. So, what else we got to talk about?
Downtown Disney opened up.
Oh, Downtown Disney opened up.
What
Yeah.
a nightmare.
Yeah, we weren't there because rightening.
Actually, frightening more than
It was quite
It
frightening.
was frightening.
It was hot this weekend. It was really hot this weekend.
one
And
cared, though.
no one cared. They
They
seemed
still
like they were
went.
just always there.
So I reached out to SoCal Exploring, who was actually there
Uh-huh.
during
Mhm.
the whole massacre. Of
Uh-huh.
What it looked like. Said it took him 2 hours to get into World of Disney.
So, what do you do during that time?
Oh, you stand like 3 feet away from somebody and just catch corona.
Oh, 3 feet.
It's great.
Yeah, nobody cared about the 6 feet. But because now, since we're on the Disney topic, I just opened up our Twitter.
Twitter.
What's on our Twitter?
Mask wearing.
Yeah, at TLEV Media.
Well, let's talk about, because Florida, their Disney and their whole parks are open. I mean, wow. Mask wearing at the end of the day at Magic Kingdom is stunningly bad. There's no
Stunningly
staff
bad.
back by Frontierland. The photo pass shot people not wearing masks.
Wow.
And when we asked to lead why people aren't being stopped,
YOLO.
she said she could either tell them or finish talking to me.
Wow.
This is coming from at Carly Wiesel or Wizzle.
Oh, she's a good source. She's very resourceful when it comes to like the parks over there. Wow.
Whoa. I got to read that last sentence again because I feel like I butchered it.
Yeah, right.
She said, wait, and when we asked a lead, not even
That's
a
a lead.
cast
No, it's
member.
a cast member lead. Yeah.
So that's the higher upper.
Yeah, it's like
Like
manager.
the boss of
Yeah.
the.
Why people aren't being stopped, she says she could either tell them or finish talking to me.
She said she hit him with a yeah, right.
That is
Well, so that
not
comes
very
to
much
that
Disney
comes
magic.
So that comes to the fact where cast members are trying their. I mean, I know they were trying their best at Downtown Disney. Like we were hearing a lot of people say.
Do you
well,
know that?
a lot of people
you
were
there?
saying.
Yeah,
I
were you
wasn't
there? Yeah.
I don't want to put cast members down because I know that
No.
a lot of them
No.
are probably doing it. But
Mhm.
are there some that are becoming
And yeah, like
lazier with their?
I wouldn't say lazy per se, but like
They just don't
definitely
know what
they're-
to say?
No. I just it comes down to the whole fact that in the situation that we are currently living in, there are people for and there are people against. It's just kind of like how every single time there's something to debate, there is a for and there is an against.
Yeah.
And no matter where you go, there's always be people that are for and against. And I see no difference at Disneyland where there are people that will be for masks and against the mask. And that
Mhm.
even
And that can be cast member leads or cast members also,
again,
huh?
it's
Yeah.
gonna go as far. I mean,
Yeah.
again, we don't like to get very political on this, but our president.
Yeah. No. And then Goofy can come up to you and say, nope.
I like how you say that, but we've been so political
Yeah.
for the past like 4
Yeah,
podcasts.
rightening.
Yeah, rightening over here.
Oh, well, the homie just wore a mask, so like,
First step. First step of many months behind.
Hold on. Let me just like really get my eyes back from
Yeah,
being so
right,
rolled in the back of my head. All right. Okay.
oh, he's a hero, Thomas. He's a hero. He wore a mask.
He wore his mask once, and it's
icon. I'm voting. I'm voting again.
the toes
The
are out
toes.
to play.
This little
But
baby.
yeah, no, that
It's a
is
good
sad.
segue for our OnlyFans. You can find us at
No,
No.
only fine. Buy me a coffee where
Oh,
you
okay.
can donate.
to see Thomas's.
We are coming to close to the first.
First tier where I shave.
Well, you got some facial hair on there.
Look, that's why I said look, people. I told him he needed a better tier, all right, because he was gonna shave regardless.
Well, what do you think would be a better tier? Like I'm asking both of you, but I'm also asking the
Cut
audience.
off your arm.
For
For the first tier,
Whole amputation first tier.
Goodness
It
gracious.
just gets wilder from there.
do the slit cut in your eyebrow.
You want me to be an e-boy?
Yeah, dude, you did.
There's stripes for.
You put like duct tape around your blades and
Uh-huh.
then shave off and then take off the duct tape.
He just got stripes of hair. Tony the Tiger type beat.
I
You'd pay to see
paid to see
that?
that. Go to buy me. a
That's
coffee,
weird.
you guys
Yeah,
don't
there
see
you go. Oh god.
Wow.
Leave any other suggestions in the comment section down below.
What time is it?
Oh, well, I don't know. Is it what
I
time
think
is
it's
it?
interview time.
Is it interview?
Well, I mean, honestly, is he waiting? It's interview time. We have AJ Danna that we should
Yes.
probably get to talking to because we're
Yes.
really excited about
Yes.
that.
This is part of a new series on our podcast called
mean-
the Board Series. Why do we call it the Board Series? Because only real experiences discussed. All right, so
Let's go.
What?
yeah, it's the Board Series.
Let's do it.
So this is episode 13 of our podcast, and we decided because episode 13, it has to be a little spooky. So of course we're bringing a very dear friend of the show, but he doesn't really know it because his character has been mentioned many, many times, but this is actually his first appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Danna.
Woo! Woo! Here he is. Wow.
Hello, everyone.
So, please feel free to, how would you, we gave a little spiel at the beginning, but we want to hear, like, how you would describe yourself. Would you describe yourself as a performer, as a scare actor, as a monster, how would you describe yourself?
Well, I'm primarily an actor. I work mostly as a voice actor, but I have been scare acting for, this will be 8 seasons. If there's a haunt event this year, this will be my 8th season. I love Halloween. I have acted in a lot of different Halloween projects over the years in all sorts of mediums. And it's something that I've always liked from when I was a kid onward. I used to have Halloween parties, so it's something that I consider myself more of a Halloween fan than a horror fan, if that makes sense. I like some horror, but I like pretty much everything Halloween. So yeah, I love making people happy, and I love the nostalgia that Halloween brings.
So when you say nostalgia, what was like one memory that you think is like defined your love for Halloween?
Well, I think some of my earliest memories of Halloween things were the Disney Channel Halloween episodes back in the day, and the DCOM's like Halloween Town. Over my shoulder here, I'm not sure if you can see, but I actually have Sophie's Screen Use hat from the first Halloween Town movie.
Oh my goodness!
In my collection, I love. Martha Stewart has great Halloween episodes from the 90s that I grew up with. And I think there's before I was a professional actor, I liked that Halloween was a day that you could be whoever you wanted and whatever you wanted. And I think that's something that Halloween and the professional acting industry have in common. You can be absolutely anything that your heart desires. And I think I caught on to that at a young age, that Halloween was a chance to perform and everybody else gets in on the act as well.
That's awesome.
Right on.
Halloween is big to all of us now, especially.
Definitely.
I've grown a love, I would say, for Halloween. It's a recent love for it, more and more because of the events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now Reggie, we'll see. Oh my gosh, already. So AJ, I did not mean to do that, but AJ, you are an icon to me now.
Yes.
See, you are known to me as Reggie. Yes, we have your photo up in this in our studio in the background all the time.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. So I'd love to know, what really got you wanting to work for, like a haunt event or become like a sort of a scare actor or. There's the picture. Wrong camera, Thomas. Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
So I'd love to know, like, what really got you into the kind of like the scare acting business or something like that. Yeah.
Sure. Well, I was raised in Southern California, so it's kind of been a part of like my surroundings.
Right.
My entire life, I've heard of people going to Knott's and Universal back, pre-hiatus and post-hiatus. But primarily what got me into it as a kid, there was a new experience you guys have probably heard about called Road Trip Mysteries that Ted Doherty was working on with a gentleman named David Love. And before David Love was involved with Road Trip Mysteries, he had a DVD series called Haunted Media DVD Magazine. Ooh. And they produced Season of Screams, the Not Scary Farm documentary, and they produced a whole slew of DVDs. And I grew up down the street from Hollywood Boulevard, a walking distance, and I'd walk down there all the time. And there's a really great costume shop down there, Hollywood Toys and Costumes, I think it's called. They got a big spider on the front, and they had the whole collection of Haunted Media DVDs when I was a kid. So my mom, knowing that I liked Halloween and that I liked performing, was really kind to let me buy those DVDs at a very young age. I was probably 7 or 8 when I had the Haunted Media DVDs. They were already pretty old at that point, too. It was kind of like, rediscovering something. So once I watched Season of Screams, the Nods documentary, I really realized that Halloween is, in my opinion, only as good as the people who make it. And once I realized that there were people behind everything that I had grown up seeing, every skeleton and pumpkin, was designed by somebody. Right. And learning that at a young age by way of Season of Screams, I knew then and there I wanted to help create the next generation's Halloween to mimic the great stuff that I grew up with. I feel like it's my way of giving back. And I always knew I wanted to be involved in the haunts, and it was just kind of a race to become old enough. I started doing haunts and then moved into the professional world, So it's something that's always been a passion of mine, really, to give back with the stuff that I grew up with.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it says. I mean, I was reading a little bit. You did a little bit of HHN also, right?
Yeah.
I did, yeah, 3 years.
3 years. So how was that compared to Haunted Hayride for a quick minute? Yeah. How was that like?
Well, I think it goes without saying that pretty much every event is going to offer something different creatively.
Exactly, yeah.
And something about Halloween Horror Nights that it's just a fact of the way they run, and I totally understand every event is different, is that there isn't a lot of personal interaction at Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood. There's a lot of pop scares and whatnot, which I don't mind. I've cut my teeth doing pretty much everything in the haunt industry, so I like doing everything. But they're very different in the way of Haunted Hayride was more about character development, a lot of original characters, and a chance to really create a lot of new things, whereas Halloween Horror Nights is to work with a lot of IPs, which is great because I really enjoyed that. When I was younger, Halloween Horror Nights, 2007, Freddy, Jason, Leatherface, I think you all remember how mind-blowing that was to our younger selves when that happened. So to get to be involved with all those IPs in 2016 at Horror Nights, I got to work in every maze and Scares on One that year. Wow. So it was very full circle to get to do a lot of stuff that it's distinctly their brand. I think, don't get me wrong, they have a very distinct brand. And getting to be involved with that was really cool, but I definitely felt it was time to start moving into more creatively freeing content to make a lot of our own stuff.
And that we really did see with Reggie.
Reggie.
Really did see. I mean, we never had an experience like that. I think we always talk about it all the time. I mean, the ability to talk with the scare actors. You're fine with scare actors, right?
Sorry?
You're fine with being called a scare actor sometimes, for like Reggie being a scare actor?
Sure, yeah.
Awesome. I mean,
yeah.
Scare actor means so much to us. I mean, and being able to just talk with them was just... I think that was the best part. I mean, the comedy coming from Reggie, you were able to think on your feet just so quick. I was like, this is awesome.
And that's one thing that I had a question about. So especially with your background and also in Horror Made Here, which we always like to associate a lot with how Haunted Hayride is, where there's a lot more character development. You actually can interact a little bit with the characters out on the streets. Was when you were transitioning from Halloween Horror Nights, where it is you are this easily recognizable character, but are not able to voice or give that character much of a voice, to a Horror Made Here and to Haunted Hayride, what were some of the expectations and what were actually some of the things that you found not necessarily challenging, but maybe that you didn't realize until you were thrown into that role, like that would actually be something that you would have to do?
Well, it was thankfully a pretty smooth transition for me, having trained in improv at Groundlings and Comedy Sports, since probably I was 13 when I first started doing that. That's always been a passion of mine, is speaking and interacting. And at Horror Nights, I was always kind of hungry for the chance to do that. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm super grateful I got to be involved with that event, especially doing all the great IPs and stuff. I was really grateful for that time, but I was definitely itching to do some talking. So transition was pretty smooth because in 2017 at Horror Nights, I was one of the couple of actors who played Specs from Insidious.
Oh,
so
wow.
I
Okay.
got to speak in that role, take on a recognizable character, have improvised interactions. So moving into something like Horror Made Here and then furthermore Haunted Hayride was kind of an extension of that. That was kind of the testing ground for, in my personal ability, can I maintain a character all night, speaking, not losing my voice, etc., with Specs, and then moved outward to Horror Made Here and Haunted Hayride. And Horror Made Here I loved Horror Made Here. I loved working for that event. And I think something that was super awesome about Horror Made Here that I tend to notice Universal Orlando's Horror Nights, exhibits a lot more than Hollywood's, is there were characters in the Horror Made Here mazes that weren't necessarily just the main antagonists from the film or the video game, etc. So, for example, in the It maze, I was Patrick Hockstetter.
Oh,
and it
okay.
wasn't just Pennywise, left and right. There was the bullies and Beverly and the headless egg boy. It was really cool to have a lot of variety and bring those characters to life for the guests, especially with a property like It. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, that we love Horror Made Here.
Definitely.
Horror Made Here just feels like it's like that. You said that was like Halloween to you, right, Thomas?
Yeah. So last podcast I said how each of the events I always label with an H letter. So for Halloween Horror Nights, I say it's Hollywood, right? For Not Scary Farm, I say it's history, and I said for Horror Made Here that was Halloween, because to me that felt like you were, maybe just because of the location, maybe because that year we're having It and The Conjuring and the church and having Ark of Asylum. It really did kind of feel like a neighborhood, right? Like you were walking through a neighborhood, and in this neighborhood there was just like little home haunts, right? That's really what it felt like from the exterior. And then when you actually entered, oh no, this is a big budget.
Right. Exactly.
So so what is it to you, AJ, that makes Halloween such an amazing opportunity to bring out a character that you can't really do in any other holiday?
I think a very large part of it comes from no fear of judgment, because in Halloween anything goes pretty much, and everybody knows it's gonna be bizarre and over the top, and in some cases shocking, in other cases shockingly silly. And with a character like Reggie, I think something that I came at with Reggie that is really distinctly Halloween, in my opinion, is the opportunity. I mean, technically we do this all the time as actors, but more so at Halloween, embodying somebody completely individual who fully believes their life. And I tend to think that in Halloween, when you're directly interacting with the public, when you're interacting with guests, as opposed to watching a movie, at Halloween, people are more willing to go along with it. At least that's kind of the sense that I've gotten, is, you know, it's one of the only holidays where, you know, if you're watching a traditional stage show, if you're going to repertory theater, there's going to be, people are obviously on board to experience the story, but then the lights go up and the curtain call happens and you see, oh, those were actors, great job, everybody did. But at Halloween, it seems like everybody, guests, tech crew, actors, all get on the same page of believing what they're experiencing. And therefore, I think it's a really great opportunity for themed entertainment and for actors to really get everybody on the same page to believe they're in another world.
I love that.
Now we did, like, you touched on it a little bit earlier. Road trip mysteries. Now I did see a little bit about this, and if you want to talk about also your voiceover career with this also, because you were doing some of the radio stations talking, right? Like you were telling the stories.
I was, for Road Trip Mysteries, yeah.
Yeah. So would you like to talk a little bit about road trip mysteries and like how you got to that position and stuff like that?
Absolutely, yeah. I work a lot in the voiceover industry. I'm not sure if you guys know, but I was actually the voice of LA Haunted Hayride last year as well. When you would get to the main gate, and then the safety spiel for your vehicle, and then the offloading spiel was also me. So, yes.
See, I did not know.
Well, see, it's a totally different voice, and Reggie
Right.
totally opposite end of the spectrum voice-wise. But I've worked in voiceover for a very long time, and Ted Doherty, a dear friend of mine, and also one of our creative directors at Los Angeles Haunted Hayride, came to me with this project, Road Trip Mysteries, and said, you know, we need a narrator for this. The particular stop that I did for Road Trip Mysteries is a fraction from a Chatsworth Haunted Legends Ghost Walk kind of audio tour that was in the world of the story. So, he had known my previous work. I've done audiobooks, live event voiceovers, TV stuff, looping for films. It's a big part of my life is voiceover. And when that gets to mix with the haunt world, that's always an extra special treat. And Road Trip Mysteries especially, because it felt like a really old school way of storytelling. You pop in the radio, you know, or the app or whatever it is you're using to listen to the audio, listen to the radio drama, decode the clues. You know, it feels like it's bringing back the 1940s kind of entertainment where you have to use your imagination. And as a voice actor, who can ask for more? It was really quite special. I liked it a lot.
And
I'm saying it's just crazy to just see, like, obviously, like, you know, the whole, his resume and just everything with, like, you know, it's just so much. And like, I feel like now I have to like keep my eye out, and every time I hear
keep
like
your ears,
exactly.
ears ready.
Just like, is that AJ? Is that AJ? That's AJ.
Yeah, exactly.
But definitely something that I want to ask. You know, as an actor, I'm sure there are so many similarities when it comes to being a voice actor, and then when you're more of a physical character, but what are some of the differences that you as an actor face when you're in the booth and then one when you're like out in the field?
I will say that the haunt performing and voice acting are probably the most similar that I've found
Really?
to each other. I've also done a lot of television, and television is one of those realms where, and of course I love it, I'll continue to do it, but it has to be very specific with the way you look. And you've got a tight frame, that we're dealing with here, so you have to make sure not to flail your arm beyond a certain point, match your movement for the editors. And that's a challenge. And I mean, it's something that you have to train yourself to do as an actor, but in the haunt world and in the voiceover world, you can let that go.
Yeah, exactly.
There is no, parameters as to what you need to stay in. And I'll just tell you guys, I'm sure you could tell from Reggie, I'm a very over the top.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I love being loud and big with my movements. And in the voiceover world and in the haunt world, I definitely feel, and in theater as well, there's no, you have to be big. Theater, haunt performing, and voiceover are, three peas in a pod to me. And I love that freedom.
That's amazing. Yeah, that was one question that I'm glad that you actually brought up a little bit right now. How much of Reggie is actually AJ, and how much of AJ is Reggie?
Well, I gotta tell you, there was a lot of the character of Reggie was comprised of things that I internally think and finally had permission to say out loud.
Oh, yes.
There's one particular clip that comes to mind that I really liked for Reggie, where I'm talking to the cameraman. It's a little 30-second blurb on Instagram, and I'm, Halloween, midnight post, blah 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 blah, whatever, blah 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 blah. And then I realize I've been going on for a long time, so out loud I say, "I'm sorry, I've talked for too long, aren't I? I'm boring you guys. I don't have any friends. Bye." And it was a very rare opportunity. I had the impulse. I, like everybody else, I'm Generation C. I have anxiety. I have OCD to some extent. And when I had that feeling, I'm talking for too long, I have to stop talking. And as Reggie, I could say that out loud because this guy he's hella awkward. So it was a lot of fun. I'll tell you that there is a lot of Reggie that came from me, and his love for Halloween came from me as well. It wasn't just
there you go.
That's awesome. So when it came to the makeup prosthetics, we know a little bit about when it comes to AJ Jen, the process. But in the Haunted Hayride, and we've seen a little bit of a horror made here because they kind of do it out in the open. But with Haunted Hayride, which is really cool for us. How long did it take you to get in character?
For makeup wise?
Makeup, costume, and then like how long did it take you to was it as soon as you had the makeup on, you were Reggie, or was like you looked at the makeup, you're like, oh, that's actually really well done. Okay, now I need to be in character. Or was it just like instant?
Well, I find that in my industry where a lot of the auditions are without costumes or makeup, you got to be ready to go on all the time. But when so the makeup was about an hour to be done for each of the Hayride characters, especially because Reggie, I started getting my hands painted so that if I could take off my gloves and play Uno with guests, the hands would be the same color. So about an hour. And really, as soon as I looked in the mirror, and also I would have a different artist probably every week. They would rotate them out towards the end, especially. So getting to see everybody else's interpretation of how it looked was really exciting, and just really kind of immediately fell into it, while looking in the mirror. And I think pretty much everybody who's worked at a haunt at some point has looked in a mirror on break and been like, ah! And Reggie was very much the same way, because I'd step out of makeup, be like, hey, everybody, how you doing? Okay, there's Reggie. Hi. You see it, it clicks on immediately.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh gosh. So I mean, I'm wondering about the Scary Stories, a tribute to terror. That is crazy. I mean, I remember in elementary school reading Scary Stories, Tell in the Dark. How was that, working on that?
So, Scary Stories, a tribute to terror. This is a full-length book. It's much longer than the original books. It's 200 pages.
Wow.
One of my buddies, Kurt Tuckfield, wrote the stories, and Shane Hunt did the art. This is uncanny to the original books we grew up with. I mean, I know, like you guys, I grew up reading the Scary Stories books. They were a major influence on me. Like, this art in this book is so accurate accurate to
Wow.
the original style. It's ridiculous. And I discovered this project around like look at this. You wouldn't know. This isn't one of the original series.
Yeah. Oh my
Exactly.
goodness.
So I work with these guys and I still geek out about their book because it's just fantastic. And it goes back to what I was saying about nostalgia, recreating what I grew up with. So anyhow, I discovered their project a while back and I saw that they were putting this project together and I just thought right away, oh my gosh, how do I get involved in this in some way? So I actually helped fund the book as well. And when I got in touch with them, I said, is there anything you need voiceovers for at all for this? Like, is there maybe like some promos or, what can we make work? At the time they were first starting it. And they said, would you want to do our audiobook? And I said, yeah.
Yeah.
I spent a couple of weeks, more like a couple of months, but it's a big undertaking, playing the narrator and all of the characters.
Wow.
In Scary Stories, A Tribute to Terror. So you can pick it up at scarystoriestribute.com, I believe is the website. They have the audiobook, the print copy, the PDF, and honestly, I still, when I look at it on my shelf, I open it up, I say like, it's amazing to be involved with this. And even though it is a fan-made project, don't underestimate people who are fans of something because they can produce something pretty spectacular.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm so grateful to be involved. The audiobook was a lot of fun and I highly encourage fans of Scary Stories to check out their awesome work.
So we'll put that in the link in the description down below. Guys, go check it out. There we go.
Crazy.
I mean, I have yet to listen to it, but I gotta get around to that. I mean,
and you're gonna hear there's a lot of really specific things because a lot of the stories were based on experiences in Kurt's life, and so he would need, like, for example, one was, we need you to do this very specific farmer with this very specific accent from this documentary called Vernon, Florida. And it's some of the most like outlandish voices you'll ever hear. That's my job, and that's what I find fun about voiceover, getting to these crazy characters. So it's a lot of fun to listen to, and hopefully just as much as it was for me to perform it.
Is it easier to do create a voice that is similar or that's inspired by an actual person or character rather than creating one on your own, or?
Well, I enjoy doing both, and I do frequently do both. But growing up, and I had a very specific aspiration when I was a kid. I, as soon as I learned to use Google when that came out, and I had doombuggies.com at my disposal, I read about who Corey Burton was, and I said, wow, Corey Burton, he does a very good ghost host from Haunted Mansion Holiday. When I grow up, I want to be Corey Burton. Like, that was my inspiration. That's right through the line. So I started talking with him when I was younger and said, basically, please help me learn. And he taught me about voice matching, which is like highly advanced impressions, learning voices. I got trained for Captain Hook under his direction. I was the ghost host for 4 different Haunted Mansion 50th anniversary tribute events last year.
Wow.
So voice matching for me is a lot of fun because there's so much gratification to be found from matching something successfully. And that's another reason I love Scary Stories, A Tribute to Terror, for example, is you look at it and you go, wow, this is so close. The hard work paid off. And it's that sense of being proud of your accomplishments and that the hard work paid off to provide this sense of consistency that I find through voice matching and through basing characters and other things. And I'll tell you guys, just for example, an insider tidbit, Ted was very keen to give us character references when building Haunted Hayride characters. And one of the characters that I was given for Reggie, there was a video of a real short order cook to show me just how fast I had to act and talk. But voice-wise and kind of like awkwardness, he gave me George McFly from Back to the Future.
Oh my goodness.
So from there, I kind of took that and I sped it up. I made it Sean Giambroni from the Goldbergs. If you've ever seen the Goldbergs, that character is my primary inspiration for Reggie. I want to be a filmmaker. I'm going to grow up and do all sorts of great things. Like, that's where I got that. And also Eddie Deason in Polar Express, the know-it-all kid. It's like, where are you going?
Yes.
That was one that I thought.
Is those characters in my head coming out and about to play.
Oh my goodness.
That is so insane.
Wow.
I can't do that. Like, that's just like to be able to mix all these voice, like just take little tidbits from each. That's insane. That is insane to me. Like, well done. Well done, AJ.
Thank
well
you.
done.
Do you ever find a point, AJ, when you're like focused on a voice and you've been doing it, you've been practicing it for months on time, that you sort of that becomes your primary default voice?
I am very I don't know if I'm guilty or grateful for this. I don't know if this is like a good thing or a bad thing, a curse or a blessing, but I've always had, Corey taught me that the key to being a good voice actor is being a good listener. So I have kind of been trained to just sort of hear and adapt. And it happens whether or not I like it. And for example, when Walking Dead was brand new, I was watching the first season of Walking Dead. And after, let's say, 1 or 2 episodes that I'd be watching in a row, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to go get my water. I'm going to head outside and I'm going to get over and go with. Like, it just sort of like I absorb what I'm hearing.
Wow.
So in a lot of situations, especially something like Captain Hook, you know, if I would yell about something, it would normally just come out, but then once I found Captain Hook and developed that as one of my voices, is like second nature to me. You know, it's like all of my voices live inside me at once. And,
there we go.
You know, if I spend long enough with you guys, I would probably start talking like you too. It just happens. It comes in, it comes out.
That would be
hilarious.
That would be amazing. That way, if any of us were ever sick, AJ, we could just call you in.
We'll just
and
say the
you could just
camera's
do the
not working.
Yeah,
and
right.
then-
Camera's not working. Just get an audio recording, and AJ could be one of us.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
So that was your dream came at a very young age, but when you started going forward with it, what were some of the things that from like early projects that you've taken that have really helped you persevere, that have really helped you further in your career? Like, is there
Sorry, go ahead.
No. Is there just like there are things that lessons that you had learned? That's what I'm trying to say. Like lessons that you had learned that you still hold close to heart.
Sure. Well, I think a lot of the acting industry is finding what makes you happy, and finding the things that are not your thing is just as important. And I think over the years, I've tried a little bit of everything, and I've really got a better sense now than I think I ever have of who I am as a person and what I want to be putting back out into the world with my art.
That's
and
amazing.
I think sometimes you're going to come across projects or mediums that just aren't your thing. Like, for example, I don't consider myself a drama actor. And like, there are certain things I would do in a heartbeat that I love that come very naturally to me. I love the musical Fun Home. It's a drama, but that doesn't mean all drama is my thing, you know? So I am, for example, much less likely to cry on cue than actors who have that training specifically. So I think over the years, I've really come to focus a lot of my interests and my talents and my energy into things that I genuinely am passionate about and that are projects I believe in. And, you know, whether that's creating or funding or acting in, I just really like narrowing it down to things that I'm confident in. And I think that, you know, obviously try new things, stretch yourself. That's important for anything. But more so now than a couple of years ago, I have what I like to consider crystal clear vision as to who I am as a performer and as a person and how to use that to make people happy.
Well, that's definitely something
That's
that we all want.
Oh yeah.
That's something we're all
Yeah.
currently struggling with. And that's very inspirational to hear, AJ, that you found that. And wow, that's, if anything, that just makes us feel like we need to work a little bit harder on these mics.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, you know, AJ, you know, you've taken these lessons. Do you have any like words of wisdom for those who are trying to, you know, get into the voiceover industry or even the acting industry? I mean, I know that, you know, getting on a TV show, it was a Disney Channel show, right?
Yeah. In November, I was on a Disney Channel show called Bunked. A very, very small
wow.
part, but still something that was very full circle for me. Again, ties back to my, you know, one of my ideals of I grew up with Disney Channel. I became an actor because of High School Musical. And you'll hear a lot of people my age say the same thing.
Yeah.
So no matter how small the part, getting to work on anything Disney Channel and maybe make some kid laugh was huge to me. I'm so grateful I got to.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah. So like I'm saying, so voiceover, getting into the acting industry, like how difficult it is. What are some like words of wisdom that you, or like something for motivation for those who like keep trying for that?
Absolutely. Well, I'm in a position, as I think all of us are, pretty much every day, where it's still not an easy path, and there have been times, quite frequently, where I've considered either leaving my hometown, leaving LA.
Right.
You know, obviously, if I had a guaranteed job somewhere else to perform, I would. If it was like a year-long gig somewhere else, I would definitely go to reach new markets. But I think that's part of it, is you have to be open to opportunities that come your way.
Right.
If I were offered something somewhere else, I would gladly take the opportunity to come entertain for people. But on the other hand, you do have to also have a specific vision for what it is that you want. And I think that goes for voice actors, for actors. You have to have a fundamental idea of what you'd like to do. And a standard answer that I hear from a lot of people, which is totally fair, is they say, well, I'd like to do everything. And that's good. I mean, I like to do everything as well. But you need to know where specifically to focus your energy.
Right.
And there are times when you'll put a lot of eggs into one basket and then you realize that it's just not working out. And for some reason that's usually out of your control, you see it might not work out. Well, then you got to take some eggs out of that basket and put them in another. But just make sure you've got multiple baskets around you. Oh, now it's getting complicated. But make sure you've got multiple baskets around you. But make sure to have one directly in front of you. You know, you've got to know what it is you want to do. And if that takes you to another country or another city or state, then absolutely follow that. If it means you're going to wait 5 years to work here, but you know you're going to get it eventually, just keep hitting it. Keep putting eggs in the basket. I guess just know who you are, know the artist you want to be, and do that without apologies. Believe in who you are, use your authentic voice, and make your mark with it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Right
I
on.
love that.
Yeah.
I love
Wow, that spoke to me, AJ, and I'm not even trying to be a voice actor, but no, but thank you so much, AJ. I mean, do you have a question, Josue, or anything for?
I mean, I definitely, I feel like that was such a great way to top it all off.
Yeah, to wrap it up. Yeah.
Would you like to plug anything in, AJ?
Let us know where people can find you.
Well, you can find me online at www.ajdanna.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram at AJ Danna. That's AJDANNA.
Nice. I like that. I like that.
Was the best.
Yes.
Better than we could ever do.
Yeah.
AJ, thank you so much for doing this interview, and thank you for helping us celebrate episode 13. And, oh my
13,
goodness.
Yes.
Yes, and definitely when all this lifts up, we would love to have you again so that maybe you could actually sign the Reggie photo. That
yes, more in person with AJ. Yes.
Would love to. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, AJ.
All right, and now we're going to wrap up this podcast with an announcement from Josue and Joe, who are here. And I mean, all of you were here for the first announcement, so it's only fitting that you're here for the second announcement. Josue, take it away.
So, for those of you who have been congratulating me and Joe for the past, was it like a month now? Something like that?
Yeah.
Many of them know that me and Jolyn and I are pregnant. And so we just recently did the gender reveals for our families and whatnot. And so now, got to come to the third family and let them all know that we have gender reveal scratchers that we're going to find out what our baby's going to be.
And we're going to have Mr. Murdy do it.
Yeah. John Murray
I'm doing that.
Oh, you're doing
That's
it.
true, because you know already.
Why you gotta break
I
the
was
illusion like that?
working on the day of everything happening. So
Yeah.
I was very sad.
So,
we need a little coin.
These two
Toss
cards.
a coin to
The
your
cards. The cards.
Oh, valley of
where's
plenty.
The Dark Harbor
Yeah.
token.
Oh yeah. No,
I feel like
the
that was
It's not made of metal, though.
no.
Oh, it has to be
let's
like metal?
let's use the Alita coin. Ah.
Oh, where's the Alita?
Alita.
What's this? That's not-
No, it's hidden underneath something, I believe.
No, that's Dark Harbor.
What? No.
Well, it used to be in there.
We're just gonna.
Enjoy the view of Thomas's booty. Alrighty.
Again,
Wow.
big
Okay, so
cards.
how does these work?
Okay.
Is it a sniff scratch?
Yes. You scratch and you sniff.
Smells like
either
boy.
Axe or Sephora? Is that what it is?
Wow. Okay. Are we
I
not
know, I'm
doing
terrible.
gender stereotypes right
Who
there?
will
Okay.
be baby? Wait, who will baby Mendez be?
He or she.
Yeah, you did. You forgot the.
There's a big.
Will
part.
you be the one who will win to see? Wait. I gotta read that all again.
Yes. Yeah.
There's
Read.
a rhyme to it.
Dr.
Yes.
Seuss type beat.
He or she, who will baby Mendez be?
That's right.
Will you be the one who will win to see? Boom, boom,
Do we have another one that I can show the camera? Okay.
You need some like hype music. Now.
Yes.
Everybody dance now.
Well, no, 'cause that's all copyright, boy.
When am I getting first try? So
No,
so how does this work? How does this work? Josue, explain.
So there are two cards, and one of them has a try again, and the other one has the gender of our baby.
First try boy.
And
right
the
here.
name.
Ah.
So we're gonna 2 for 1 here. And, you know what?
Two
We're
for
just
one.
like, you know,
The
Fuck.
name.
The name.
we're gonna let the heart. Let the
Ah.
heart
The
decide.
cards. The cards.
There you go.
Okay.
So you feel free to pick whichever one you want.
Now you
Should I-
little man,
should I
I'm not
film
gonna
with my
waste
phone?
much
Put
time.
No, actually, no. Just have my
What?
reaction. And they're gonna be like,
Oh, you want me to?
No, don't do that.
Oh no, this would be great for Instagram.
For who's? For
For our account.
for that? Look, hold on.
Oh, you filmed me. Okay.
I need to move this a little bit.
What are we filming? Are you filming? You're still filming?
I was filming. Joe's filming now.
All right. Which one do I want to go with? You know what? I think second because I am a second child.
That's true. He is. He is the middle
I
child.
know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna scratch it, closing my eyes.
Okay.
Oh, so that way.
Tell me if I'm on.
Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
How much more is there?
You're good. I think you're good. You're good. You're good. What? What's wrong with it? What happened?
Try again.
Try again. All right. So this
So
is
this is it.
this is the one. This is the one that tells you the gender. Yes.
I hope it says green alien or something.
It's a blurb.
It says corrected by
Close my eyes
genre.
again.
I mean, it's up to you now.
It's up to you.
No, I should probably do that on the table.
I was gonna say you're just gonna scratch your leg.
Tell me when it's.
Keep going. Keep going.
Go to the other side.
You know, it's not easy when you.
Yeah. For those who are listening, I mean, you can hear the scratching right now, I'm sure. Mr. E
Let
is.
the viewers see before me.
Oh, that actually would be pretty
Or
cool.
do we make them go?
Yeah. Make them go. Make them go. Ooh.
Okay, you're good.
All right, you're good. You're good.
Here it is.
What does it smell like? Well, no. Before you open your eyes, what does it smell like? What does it smell like?
I'm gonna be a little biased here, but I hope it smells like Axe body spray.
Well, open your eyes. Baby Miles.
Miles. Is Joshua his middle name?
That Joshua is his middle name.
Ah.
That's right. So
Ooh, there's a boy coming.
coming later this
Baby
year.
Miles.
Joshua.
Yeah.
You want to put it up on that camera over there?
Sure. That way this camera can see it. Oh, the
Oh,
cock.
this is gonna be
What did
fun.
It would have been fun with the Luna too.
No, it would. But I always thought, having an older brother is a great way to start. I always felt like that.
Aww.
What? I don't know.
He's gonna be like, I'm not talking about you, Tommy.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you
I'm talking
Fake. You're talking about Josue.
I had a sandal thrown at
about
me.
me and Toby over here.
You both had sandals.
Wow.
thrown at you.
That's right.
I did have that feeling for a while. Then,
Yeah.
But like you all had that feeling.
We
so-
all did. We had a feeling.
Man. So how did that go with the familia?
Oh,
Mhm.
it was crazy.
A lot of crying? Oh.
Yeah. A lot of screaming. It
Ah.
was hilarious.
Was there anyone who wanted a Luna?
We all wanted a
I think
Luna.
everybody
We
wanted
just
a Luna.
Honestly,
Yeah.
everyone wanted didn't like. They just like
we wanted a healthy baby.
They want a healthy baby. I
That's
think
what we're
it is.
having.
And honestly, that was the same with me.
We're having.
But I
we're
can't-
having the
I
baby.
can't wait. Can't wait.
Yes. Yes.
He's gonna be a Jedi
Or
Or-
a wizard.
or a wizard. Oh.
See that? Then that'll be a whole other video. We'll
Be a
put
Spooderman.
lightsaber and a wand.
Crawls to which one?
That is content right there.
Down the
That is
I've been
content.
seeing-
A Jedi or a wizard?
I've been seeing people put like the four
Jedi at
houses.
Hogwarts.
Yeah,
How about
and
that?
like the baby will walk up to whichever one. It's
Whatever
crazy.
house feels
Mhm.
hopefully Slytherin.
So,
Oh! A little Draco Malfoy.
And Gryffindor over here. Wow, we're a full set, right?
Oh, we're full.
Yeah.
I don't know what I am.
You're a Gryffindor, damn
I
it.
haven't done the test.
All right. Next podcast. Well,
next podcast, Mr. E will
Mr.
take the
E
test.
takes the test.
I'll take the test
There
before
you
the
go.
podcast.
Okay. No, on the podcast.
Boom.
I thought we canceled Harry Potter. For
I
a
did,
second.
but that's. I mean,
You said I'm a Gryffindor. You went.
but you're still a Gryffindor.
I am a human being. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, a Gryffindor human being. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. And again, thank you so much to AJ Danna for being on our podcast. That was an amazing addition. And we definitely want to do more interviews. So let us know in the comment section down below. Who should we interview next? Should we do another actor? Should we do maybe a fellow content creator? Or let us know all the names and we will go check them out and we'll be in contact to see what we
Throw
can
whatever
do.
names. We'll try.
Exactly. Throw them like I throw shoes. So anyway, sandals. My flip-flops. Anyway, you know, a lot of actors are starting to struggle a little bit with Hollywood close and now seeming like it's going to close a little bit more. So we're going to put in a link in the description down below, actorsfund.org. It's a great way to provide if you would like to donate to actors who are going to be struggling with money. And no, I'm not talking about the Will Smiths and I'm not talking about the Gal Gadots, those who are the millions.
He's talking about August.
I'm talking about extras. I'm talking about those who are in the industry, and right now the industry is closed.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you like this, I always struggle with this. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure to hit that follow button. And anything other pieces of words of wisdom from you, gentlemen?
Stay strong. Don't be stupid.
Wear your mask, please. Please. Yeah.
We love you, horror peeps, and we'll see you next week. Wash your damn hands, you nasties.